In the quiet corners of AVEN, there are truths so old they no longer whisper. They wait, and when they wake, they do not wake gently. Tonight, in Chapter 2 of the book The Stars of AVEN, The Fall and the Prophecy, just beneath the forest of whispers, the earth itself seems to hold its breath. Something stirs, something patient, watching, hungry. The cave lay buried beneath the roots of the forest of whispers, hidden where the sun had never dared to reach, and where even the boldest trees stood silent. Moss clung to the ceiling like festering wounds left to rot, and the air pressed thick with ash, decay, and an ancient magic too old to remember mercy. Footsteps broke the stillness. Two figures walked through the darkness, one with a sharp, unwavering stride, the other careful and hesitant. Their enchanted torches cast green fire along the narrow path, painting the stones with ghostly light. Annabelle led forward, her armor muted beneath a black cloak, her braid pulled high and tight like a blade waiting to strike. There was anger in every step she took, not the bright, reckless kind, but a quiet fury that coils low inside the ribs, patient and venomous. Beside her walked Miranda, the only soul who knew what Annabelle intended to do, and perhaps feared it more than the path ahead. "You're quiet," Annabelle muttered, her tone edged with iron. Miranda's gaze flickered in the torchlight. "Because I'm thinking. Thinking is dangerous. So is what you're doing." Annabelle halted. She turned, and in the dim light her eyes were blades, cold, precise, willing to cut. "What I'm doing is reclaiming what is mine." Miranda bowed her head. Silence followed her like a shadow. They continued until the tunnel widened into a carved archway. Runes twisted along the stone, shifting like trapped breath. Beyond it, a chamber opened vast and echoing, half carved by hands, half clawed by time. Bones, shriveled black and brittle, littered every corner. Sulfur clung to the rocks as though the chamber itself exhaled it. At the center sat an obsidian throne, jagged and crooked like broken teeth, and upon it lounged the Goblin King, Bofu. His skin sagged in sickly shades of green-gray, pocked with scars and boils. A crown of bones crowned his head, elf, troll, beast. His yellow eyes gleamed as Annabelle and Miranda stepped forward, bright with mockery and hunger. "Well, well," he growled, rising. His voice sounded like gravel soaked in oil. "The lioness of Bestide. I thought your kind didn't crawl." Annabelle didn't blink. "I didn't crawl, I descended." His laugh slithered through the chamber. "Still wearing your little golden sigil?" He pointed. "Should have torn it off the day your father spit in my face." Annabelle's voice was ice. "I'm here to offer you the crystal." The laughter stopped. Interest, sharp and ugly, sparked in Bofu's eyes. "The crystal of life?" he breathed. "You would give me that?" "In exchange," Annabelle said, "you help me take the throne of Bestide. My father is dying. My sister will be crowned. That cannot be allowed." "And what does your loyal Miranda think of this treachery?" Bofu hissed, turning his eyes to her. Miranda looked away. "I follow my lady." Annabelle stepped closer, her shadow merging with the dark. "Help me. I'll open the palace gates. Your goblins strike at night, and afterward—" Her voice dropped. "The crystal is yours." Bofu scratched at his chin with a long, yellowed claw. "And what stops me from taking the crystal and everything else?" Annabelle didn't flinch. "Because I don't lose, and I don't bluff." The Goblin King's grin stretched slow, rotten, wicked. "A deal then, my war for your kingdom, the crystal, for your crown." He extended a clawed hand. Annabelle stared at it a beat, then she took it. The torches exploded upward in a burst of violent flame, then collapsed into trembling darkness. A wind crept through the chamber, not from above, from below, from something ancient, something waking. Their footsteps echoed sharply as they left. Behind them, the shadows thickened as if the cave itself recoiled from the pact they had sealed. Outside, the sky had curdled to ash. Clouds gathered low over the forest of whispers, dragging darkness behind them like funeral veils. The air tasted of rain and of coming violence. At the tunnel's edge, Annabelle stopped. Below her, the kingdom stretched in quiet innocence, Bastide's towers rising in the distance like pale fingers reaching for a light already fading. The view was fragile, soft, breakable, grass whispered beneath her boots. Miranda approached, voice barely rising above the wind. "You can still turn back. The king lives. Eliana isn't crowned. You could speak. They would listen." Annabelle did not look at her. "Speak to cowards? The council who hides behind doors and nods at peace as if peace protects anything?" Her voice hardened. They chose her. They chose stillness, while darkness claws closer every night. Miranda faced her, despair threaded through her eyes. "And you'll protect us with what? Steel? Fire? Goblins?" Annabelle turned her gaze to her, not angry, worse, resigned, resolved. "I tried to be what they wanted. For years, I bled for that kingdom, for him." Her voice dipped low but never softened. "And he looked at me and saw only battle. Never the victories, never the peace." The wind tore at her cloak. "I won't be forgotten," she whispered. "Not while Eliana sits on a throne meant for me." Miranda swallowed. "You sound like your mother." Annabelle's breath stopped. "That is not a name I keep alive." "I know," Miranda whispered. "But maybe you should." Silence stretched. Below, goblin horns bellowed, deep, guttural, waking something primal across the valley. It was time. Annabelle wrapped her cloak tighter and stepped into the dark. Miranda hesitated, then followed. And above them, in the highest tower of Bastide, the crystal of life pulsed once, dimmer, trembling, as if fearing what it had foreseen.